Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to new Christmassy setup at Marilyn World. We have Lucky sleeping there at the back. I have a little new, more festive setup here for you today. There is loads to talk about, so let's dive straight in. The reason we are here today is the next lunar cycle. We are approaching 15th of December. We are having the full moon in the sign of Gemini. This will be the last full moon in 2024. What a year it was. If you take a moment just to close your eyes or spare half an hour, 15 minutes with a pen and a paper and write down a couple of things you're very proud of achieving in this year, it's a good time for the reflection. We are still in a Mercury retrograde phase, so it's very good time to sort of like just review, rethink, redo before we are moving on. And we are definitely moving on. If the energies are feeling more stable, more stagnant at the moment, you can expect things shifting and moving as Mercury will be going retrograde, direct on the same, you see. This is what Mercury retrograde does. So it will go direct on the same day, 15th of December, and we can definitely expect things shifting and moving forward. As usual, I have cards ready on the table. There is a beautiful new addition to my altar, and if you don't mind me starting this conversation with that very, very special symbol I have here. How beautiful that is. My lovely friend brought this to me last week directly from India, even though I just asked for the stone, which is right here. This is from the Indian soil, darlings. I do connect to these sort of things, you know, they all have like hold loads of energy there. But I would love to talk for a second about the Buddha on the table, the figure I showed you here. Maybe some of you can already recognize it. We are talking about Amoghasiddhi Buddha. I hope I said it right. This is one of the 5 wisdom Buddhas. And I was digging in deeper and reading about the meaning and what it symbolizes. So we are talking here about accomplishment, finalizing the year and ending the cycle, being in the month of December. It's a beautiful time to actually reflect on how far you came and how much you achieved and all the challenges along the way. The second theme of Amoghasiddhi Buddha is destroying envy. Envy is something that we humans have and something that is coming from that lower psyche, lower expression, low self-esteem, I would say as well. And it can really be quite toxic when it comes to the relationships. I had a lesson to learn myself, and it's you know, karma is an interesting thing. You know, your lessons will be repeating until we learn them. So the sooner we learn them, the better it is, right? So we are talking here also about the reflection, the consciousness, the heart mirror, reflecting things as they are. How often are we actually doing that? How often do we sit down and you know, going from that grounded place to reflect on things and understand what's happening within us and what's happening around us as well? It's a beautiful figurine, and it has, like, if you notice, it has like crown on his head, golden crown. It's sitting on a lotus flower. Lotus as a symbol is quite often in tarot as well and represents the life. I always talk about it. It also has that green color that represents the heart chakra, and then the red, which represents the fire, that root chakra, right, where everything starts from. And then we are talking about the moon as his symbol, right? If you look up some of the images, there are some amazing images. Maybe I'll put a few in this video as well for you. It might be easier to understand the energy of Amoghasiddhi Buddha. And also, this particular energy is associated with air and wind element. This is the whole reason I'm sharing this story with you. air and wind element. We had some very strong winds this last weekend here in UK. And talking about the Gemini full moon, we are talking about the air element. Gemini is the first air sign in the zodiac wheel. Air is the momentum, things moving, things shifting, what's happening up in the air, the communication as well. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so the planet of communication. So there is a lot of that theme of like how we express, how we come across, how we show up, and so on and so on. In one of my private conversations, I was asked, what do you mean when you say how we show up? It's literally, what do you present? What do you give out to the world? Which words you're using? What do you talk about? Where do you want to invest your energy yourself? Places you choose to go to, and so on. This is what I mean by showing up. I had some very interesting conversations this weekend, even though it was a slobber weekend at the beginning. It was quite unpredictable as well, but it did pick up a lot by the end and so on. But anyway, let's talk about the cards. Finally, we are in the 6th minute of this conversation. There is so much to talk about. We are also starting the 12-12 portal. Whenever we are talking about the portals, we are talking about getting closer to the highest and the best versions of ourselves, getting closer to that spiritual realm, the realm that we can't see, right? And this is starting already now. Today is the 10th of December as I'm filming this. And then we are going towards the 21st of December, 22nd of December, and we are having the winter solstice. Beautiful, beautiful celebration. Yeah, so yes, definitely lots to talk about. Talking about solstice, I have 3 cards here on the 5 major arcana cards on the table. This is impressive because it's been a while. We had a lot of big energies. And 2 of those cards are the Sun card, showing up twice. Beautiful Sun card showing up twice. This is the reminder that the light is coming in. This is the reminder that we're going to have more of Sun going forward. Sun energy. This is the energy of creativity, expression, warmth, creation. Everything starts from the light. Everything starts from the sun. The life starts from the sun. We all have it within us. It's how we decide to share it, or if we decide to share it. It is the energy of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, if we talk about astrology. It is that masculine energy as well. But it's also about finding the balance between showing up and doing things and making sure everybody's fine and shining your inner sun 24/7, because that can lead to a burnout. This is the only reason I'm mentioning that. Each card, each message, each energy has its pros and cons, I would say. So we are always talking about the balance, and this is something I'm talking about quite often. Talking about Gemini, before I move on to other cards on the table, take a moment to check your birth chart and see where the Gemini falls in for you. If it's in your 12th house, as it is in my case, we are talking about unseen things and spirituality and that last realm, right, that we hardly talk about, think about. It is the 12th house, 112, that portal 12, like number 12 showing up again. And I'm talking about this because it is the case for me, and spirituality has become the big theme when it comes to my daily life, like my daily routines, conversations I'm having. And it makes so much sense, again, because you're talking about the Gemini, we are talking about both sides, conscious, subconscious, mortal, immortal, like all those, different opposites, and so on. So it's really like taking that to the next level, taking that to the next step. Other major arcanas we have on the table, Magician, the Star, the Judgment. Let's talk about the Star for a second. The Star is the card of Aquarius. This is another air element, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hopes, wishes, and dreams. What do I want to take with me in a new year, in a new cycle? What am I done with? really connecting again to that inner light and shining it unapologetically. Aquarius energy is very strong as we go forward. We want to be authentic, we want to be true to ourselves. By doing so, we are inspiring others around us, and we are better for the community as well, so for society as well, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy of Aquarius. Then we have the magician, the one that knows how to use all the elements available in front of him in the best possible way to create the magic for himself and create that magic for others. Being in tune with your feelings and emotions, which represented by the cup, having the security, having the support that you need to be able to create the magic you want to create for yourself, or to create the life you want to create for yourself. Then we have the sword, which represent the mind, the idea, the intellect, the air element, and then the wand, the action that he's taking to create the magic that he's creating. There is that theme of infinity. Notice that little deer that it's coming up and creeping in from the back. It's a beautiful symbol, and the deer represents, or a stag represents, the beauty and the strength. I also have that candle at the back, my Christmassy candle. I don't know if you can see that. So there is a lot of symbols showing up and coming up during this time, and it's really, really good to pay attention to those. Take a moment to understand what is that magical word that you would like to create for yourself going forward. Also, the full moons are about releasing and leaving behind anything that doesn't serve you any longer. And there is definitely going to be a big realization having the judgment card showing up. This is the card of a breakthrough. This is the card of understanding what's yours, what is not yours, who you are now. There is that theme of seeing world from the different angle with different eyes. This card is also called the Karma card in one of other tarot decks that I have. So it's very much about closure of a cycle and beginning the new ones. Breakthrough as well, as I said. So that's beautiful. So we have the Star, the Magician, the Judgment, and the Sun card showing up twice. When it comes to minor energies that we have in this spread, in this reading, we have a Two of Swords, which is keeping that peace of mind and keeping that clarity of mind before making the decision and going forward. Really understanding that you can create your reality and you can choose how you want to invest yourself and when you want to invest yourself. This is quite important. Otherwise, it's going to lead to the burnout. On the top of the reading, there is one card that has been coming up a lot, and there are like different ways of explaining this energy, but probably my favorite way is talking about seeing physical world and 3D from a different angle. This is the moment when you understand that not everything is what we have. There is also that theme of like, what is within me? And how do I connect to that, right? Number 5 is the number of change and transformation. So there is that shift in relating to the physical material world. And I really hope so that we as humanity will be understanding how consuming society and that materialistic approach to the world is actually wrong, right? Because it's never enough. It's never enough. And it doesn't make you feel complete. I have to share something with you. It's actually just crossed my mind now because I do trade at markets every now and then. And last market I did was the Brick Lane. And Brick Lane Market is one of the biggest in London. It's very diverse. I love being there. I have beautiful conversations there. But what I noticed compared to last year, it's way less busy when it comes to trade, like selling things. Like people are buying less. This is quite interesting because I think we're understanding more and more that we don't need to show our love by giving presents, right? It's beautiful to give something, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I'm going to buy you 10 presents and you're going to give me 10 and so on and so on. Like I find it like very wrong way of showing that you care and so on. By the end of the day, you just put it on the side and you forget what you have. These are the sort of presents I love receiving, nature is full of presents. So it's like this is I just felt like I would like to share this with you as well, because I'm sure there is that pressure of like sales and buying and Black Fridays and all that stuff right now. But let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit more within. I can see that people are buying more tarot decks. Definitely, that's one thing that I've noticed as gifts, and that's a beautiful thing to see. So this is like another confirmation that we are going deeper into spirituality and trying to understand that more, and work with energies, frequencies more. So that's beautiful, and. The last card, but not the least, on the table, I have a surprise card here for you from the deck I haven't been using in a while. This is my Christmas deck that I like working with. Every year I will pick a card and put that message or the card on the Christmas tree. So let's see what's going to come up for us this time, as this is the last full moon reading I'll be doing for you this year. Thank you for everyone who's been with me like the whole year. And welcome to the new subscribers. I'm happy to have you here. So on that note, we are talking about the Three of Cups, the cards of celebration, getting together, sharing the joy, sharing that journey, and really being grateful for how far you came. Surrounding yourself with your tribe, celebrating that new relationship that you have with yourself. And this relationship is only growing when you are on that healthy road, right? Cups, emotions, feelings. Number 3, number of expansion. And going forward, it's a beautiful energy that we'll be having in the weeks coming. Celebrate any little thing that you can celebrate, finding all those beautiful reasons, and there are plenty, even as simple as taking a walk in the woods and connecting to the animals around, or your pets. Like he's been so cute today, like he's hardly ever indoors. So it's we have luck in the house, which is good. It's a good sign, yeah? So the last card before I finish this conversation is the card from my vintage cards oracle deck. So this is the one I always like to use for the new cycle. So the card that we are having is the nature. And it's very interesting how much I actually mentioned the nature in this reading, and how important it is to remember and to go back to the nature, connect to the nature in every possible way. This is where we are recharging. This is where we are like reconnecting with our inner world as well. This is when you hear your inner voice the strongest. And I'll probably leave you with that message. Spend those next couple of weeks and finalize your year by spending that time in your favorite park or woods, or I'll probably go for a drum circle. I haven't been to one for a while. Next weekend on the 21st. It's beautiful how the spirits are lifting with the sound of drums, being surrounded by trees. Even if it's cold, you don't feel it because you have the fire to heat you. So yeah, you can find your little sanctuary. I'm wishing you all happy Yulitude or Christmas or whatever you're celebrating. Happy new moon. Think about what is it that you would like to leave behind in the new season or in this year, and what you would like to bring in and focus on in the new cycle coming. But I will be talking to you before the 1st of January. We have a new moon, the last new moon in 2024, I believe, in the sign of Capricorn. So I'm wishing you all a beautiful month and speak very, very soon. Bye for now.